YouTube is being a butt. I just don't understand why there can't be a button of portrait and landscape on live on mobile phones. Like, that would really help, because I've been struggling for the past 5 minutes trying to do landscape, but I can't because it won't work. So yay me. That's great for me. You know, I spent wasting my time on trying to live stream landscape, but now I have to live stream portrait. I would have live streamed earlier. It's just that I was messing with my phone. Because I wanted to stream portrait or landscape, but it just standard went to portrait. I hate it. I don't know why it's doing that. And maybe it has to do something with the new update. Hi. Haven't seen me in 2 weeks. Which is just peachy. Which I have my reasons. I just have my reasons why I haven't done it in 2 weeks. Well, I haven't live streamed in 2 weeks. I have reasons. And my face in my face right now, so that's why my hair is blowing. I just got my hair washed. My hair just washed. That's all getting floofy now. I like my hair being floofy. And like, my dad, he told me, he was like, Sam, your hair is growing longer. It looks so nice on you. And I was just like, oh, well, you better not think like that for long, because it's gonna go snip, snip, snip. He's like, no, I want you to grow long. I like it when you grow it longer. Okay. I just, those bangs should go away. I have bangs, really. I have a big freaking forehead. You see my forehead? Bye-bye. But I'm so keen on doing it. I'm so keen on, like, cutting my hair and stuff, obviously, but, like, the fact that not everyone in my family obviously knows. Everyone just thinks I'm, like, tomboyish. And stuff. I don't know whether you're talking about what's happened to me in the past couple of weeks, the past 2 weeks, or what happened with whatever else. And yesterday I was going through, like, some of my stuff, like, some of our stuff. Like, my grandma just had boxes of stuff, of random stuff, and she has, like, 10,000 cards from different things. It's sorry because I didn't stream for 2 weeks. Listen, I would have put sorry I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, but I was just too lazy. But we were looking through that stuff, and like, it had a bunch of my stuff from like school and like a bunch of photos of me when I was younger, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is nostalgia. Like, I looked so weird from then, because my hair was obviously a lot longer. It was like down like here wise, probably down there, like maybe a little longer, and like I basically had white hair. Like, I found a couple photos, like my hair was basically white because it's so like blonde, and now it's like 30 blonde, but and like I found like all these bunch of birthday cards that I got. I was like, oh my gosh, I should really save these for my scrapbook, because I'm gonna make a scrapbook for my graduation party for when I graduate. And I think I'm gonna also make like a little slideshow of like from when I was a baby, or like from like before I was born to till I'm 18. I thought that'd be pretty cool to do. Fun little project for me. You know, something for me to, you know, do. That'll be nice. You know, memories. And I'll have a bunch of photos like of when I was younger. If you'd like to see some of those, I'd be happy to post some of them. Some of them. Some. May I say some? Though I'm very unrecognizable, sort of. Because I'm very different from when I was back then. Right now. Like, I think I've changed a lot, personality-wise. Very much, I think. Like, used to be so much talkative back then, and now I'm just, like, quiet as a mouse. Like, everyone used to think I was, like, the annoying kid at school. Like, I would just talk whenever I wanted to, really, to anyone who listened. Not, like, speak out in class or anything, but, like, just talk to anyone. But now I'm just noticed, like, the weird, quiet person. I don't talk to anyone. Sitting by myself, like, isolated. Like, even though I have, like, acquaintances, I don't sit with them. Because I decide to. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Don't worry, I can't sleep either, so don't worry about that. I've had sleeping issues since I was 10, so I feel you. And like yesterday, like this is gonna sound like so horrible, like the fact that I'm gonna say this, but it sounds so horrible right now, and it is upsetting to me, just because of the way I think than I did back then, because I was gifted, you could say. I was gifted, sort of, but like to a certain extent, because I don't really have speech or language therapy anymore. I kind of stopped after, I would say, 4th grade. I stopped having speech and language therapy because I just had problems with that. Like, I had problems with following directions. I had problems with understanding. I had problems with syllables, a bunch of stuff. I found a whole report on it, stuff, like, which is funny, I'll get to that later, but no, like, a lot of issues. And then I had this reading program I was in, and I was in 7th grade. I had nothing, because they thought I was fine. You know, they didn't put me anything. They were just like, go out on your own, you're fine now. And then, what do you know what? I almost failed 7th grade. I do have my report card for that. From my first quarter of 7th grade, I have it. And I do remember I did almost fail my 7th grade year. Then the next year I got put in the 4-5 program. I'm still not in because I have learning issues, which is not entirely the case. It's so that I just can't understand or comprehend what other people understand. I don't know, my brain's just very different from most people. Even like other kids, like in my group, I don't understand, like, some of the stuff they said to each other. I'm not social. I don't understand anything. And, like, when I got my report card score, like, I'm gonna say, like, I really, like, got really upset. Like, last quarter, I had good grades. I had A's, and my overall grade was an A. Just good. Good. But I did have an issue this year because they were all B's, unfortunately. And I really did take that to heart, to a point where I broke down in here in my room, and, like, I just couldn't deal with it. Like, sometimes, like, you just can't hold so much in, and sometimes you just let it all out to the first person you see. Like, I just ranted on to my grandma, like, all about the stupid things that I have to deal with, and all the stress and stuff. Like, why do I have to do all this? Because I'm told to. Like, the only way that I think that I need to have A's and I need to have B's, I need to have A's and B's, is because my dad thinks that way. And he thinks that way for me. That's the only reason. And the only reason I'm going along with it is so I can get into a good college and get out and get a good job. Which, only reason, really, which is still straight out because I'm basically failing math, almost, to an extent, because I just don't understand it. Like, it's the simplest math you could ever think of. Like, I don't understand it one bit. Like, my head hurts sometimes thinking about it. And, like, I hate it when, like, people, like, show how accomplished they are at things when I didn't accomplish that way, when I didn't get that good thing for me. Because, you know, someone goes, oh, I got this super amazing grade. I got a 19 out of 20. You know, that's a really good grade. But then while me, I get like a 16 out of 20 and feel horrible just because I don't understand. And I have issues with learning, and I have issues with focusing on my work and stuff, and don't know how to do it. Because just goes over it once and never goes over it again. And they just instantly think you have it in your mind, which I don't. I just don't work that way. My brain don't comprehend that way. And I was like ranting on my grandma, just ranting on how much I don't like the things that my dad thinks that I should do, and the way he thinks what I should do and how I should be. Like, really sick and tired of everything. And I was just like, and I was also like, he doesn't care about how my mental well-being is either. Barely. Like, he won't even let me get an ADHD test at all, because he thinks I'm quote-unquote fine. How am I fine? Like, like, do you see it? Look at me and tell me I'm fine. Look at me and tell me I'm fine. I'm wearing black, all black right now, which is a stereotype, but I just like black. But, and I was like, I'm sick and tired of him not caring. You go to him and you better tell him to get me a test. She's like, you know what, I'm fine. I'm tired of him anyways, you know. You know, I will go to your dad and I will tell him that he better get something, or I'm gonna force it out of him. I'm like, you do that. Like, man, I I swear that, like, I haven't gotten tested for ADHD, but I know I have it. Like, it's plain and obvious to me. Like, I even had depression. I even knew I had anxiety before I was diagnosed. Like, I'm just like that. And a lot of the things I say about my eating habits, get the feeling that I have an ED. Don't. See, if I had if I had eating issues, the eating issue would be is that I eat way too much. I mean, I eat so much, and it's just like, I don't gain any weight, barely. Like, I haven't checked my weight in months, and, you know, time I went to therapy, like, checked my weight, and my temperature and stuff, did that stuff, but now, not anymore, not really. It's more so sitting down and talking the whole time, you know. And I'm trying to think of where it was. My brain hurts. Like, I have like a little headache right now. Like, I'm on medication for anxiety because it's been getting like horrible lately, which is bad. Because the funny thing, my therapist did say that if I wanted to go into a facility or something, that she arranged that. I was like, I don't know about that, and I brought it up to my grandma, and she was like, I don't know about that. That doesn't sound good. Like, you never know. Like, it's different from than it was back then. And stuff. Like, it's probably way more different than how they used to treat people back then and nowadays. It's probably a little better, I'm guessing. But then again, I was like 13 when that was told to me. I was like 13, 14 years old. And now I'm 16, so I feel old. And I was like, I was just like, my anxiety's getting so bad, I can't control it anymore. I've tried everything, like, and it just doesn't help. And like, my breakup made that worse. If I'm gonna be honest, it made it so much worse. Like, I swear I did like have a complete breakdown, like 3 or 4 times a week I would break down. Like, I would just, at night, I would just cry for like 30 minutes, and I just couldn't stop. And like, I would just like say things to myself and out loud, and I have that instinct of being so quiet when I cry, just cause like, yeah. I don't like crying in front of people. So I sort of try to keep it to myself and stuff. And I just have that natural of like not letting people hear me cry unless I'm like super upset. Like, if I have like a big fight or something with one of my family members, like, it's not very personal. And I did almost like break down in front of my entire class one time, and I've like almost like cried in front of my entire class multiple times, and just amazing. And it's just like, I probably needed a medication to function properly, and I probably need ADHD medication because it's getting a little iffy, because it's just, I get so hyper sometimes and I can't stop like my moving around or twitching and stuff, and other times I'm just so low of energy, and sometimes I just can't even focus at all or can't even understand people. I swear, like, my brain, like, it be like messing with me, like, it's so fun, it's so nice. and and which is so much greater is that the fact that I just found, like, a day ago, like yesterday, I found out that I had to do something that I didn't know I needed to do, which was a resume. And I was like, why do I need to do a resume? I'm a junior. I'm a junior in high school. Why do I need to do a resume? And this was like for my career center and stuff. I was like, why do I need to do a resume when I'm one of the very few juniors in this entire shop? It's closing down. And I like have to do a resume, and I have to do cover letter, I have to do a resignation letter, and I have to do this other letter. Four like letter thingies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do all this stuff? Like, I mean, isn't there another time for this? And like, what sucks is I do most of my homework there, because I'm there for like 2 hours, so like I have time to do stuff, but it's like when I have like a bunch of stuff I need to do, and I don't have enough time to like do it, cause like I've just gotten into my 3rd quarter of school, which time flew fast, like, and I had gym class now, which is funny because I haven't had an in-person gym class since I was in 9th grade or 8th grade, because I remember for like for a while, like, we had this sort of hybrid we had this sort of hybrid thing for a while where some kids would stay certain days, would come to school at certain days, other kids would come to school at other days, and there would be like special ed kids who would come every day. So I came every day because I had to. And some days it was just like I was the only person from my bus stop that got on, because let me just say this, like, me and my sister and my brother, we're the only kids that entirely live on the road. But my brother really doesn't live here at my house that I live here. But we're like pretty much the only kids that live on this road. And like, I came there twice a day. I went there twice a day, and I would just learn the same thing 2 days in a row. And I think we didn't have Fridays. We didn't have Fridays at all. But this was like early COVID. This was early COVID. Well, this was after I was online for the rest of my 8th grade year and a little bit of my 9th grade year, if I remember. Because that's when I started my channel. Because I was bored. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a channel because I have nothing better to do. And like, it's so sad, it's stupid. Like, I'm pretty sure the fact that almost every single person during online schooling either cheated, just logged in for the day and left, or they actually committed. And I'm gonna tell you this straight up, I just logged in and left. Cause half the stuff, like, I didn't know what to do. And like, the videos didn't explain, you know, we didn't have Zoom classes or anything. We had a site, and we had a username and a password, and we had to email stuff, and like, we had these things that we had to do. It had a summary, it had a beginning, and it had a little test, and it had this huge test. It was so confusing. Everyone hated it. I hated it so much. And just some days, like, I would just, like, you know, go ahead and like complete like a couple videos, like 3 videos in a day or something, and just uploaded them whenever I wanted. I was just like bored. And just like, at the same time, I didn't want to do schoolwork because I didn't know how to do it. It came to a point to a fact that I had to go to my school to get special tutoring because I didn't know how to do anything. and also when, like, my special ed teachers at the time for the younger kids didn't, like, at a point in one of my at one time, they were like, you know what, just do it, I'm not gonna help you anyways. I was just, why? Like, I don't even know how to do this crap. Like, it doesn't help me. And I swear to gosh, like, the moment I came back for tutoring, all the guys, their voices just went, like, did some demon, like, take hold of you or something? Because your voice is deep. I swear they went through puberty in 3 months straight. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Like, it took me, how long did it take me to get this type of voice? How many years did, like, 4 or 5 years till I have, actually maybe 3 years. It took me 3 years to get a deeper voice, I think. Maybe a little less than that. Because I did still talk every now and then. Just not very often. But, and like, oh my gosh. I've got some real funny, crap talk here, okay? I got some real stuff to say. So, my principal, okay, he is by far the worst, one of the worst principals I have ever known in my life. And I'll tell you why, okay? See, the funny thing is that his daughter up and left as soon as she turned 18. And I was like, I want to be surprised. And there's a reason for that. And really sad thing, is that his oldest son died unexpectedly. He was a senior at my school. And this was in 2020. And he just has his one son, and he just gets away with everything, I swear. Slap on the wrist, I swear. And the principal himself, like, he's not even qualified, really, actually. He used to be the guidance counselor, apparently, and now he's the principal. It's like, I don't think you're qualified for that. And he isn't really, because he barely does anything. Like, one time I came to him when I was, like, being, like, picked on a lot. Like, he just, like, we'll keep an eye on him. You keep an eye on him? I want you to do something about it. Like, no way. And, he also, at my shop, which is entrepreneurship, which is business managing and stuff like that. Like, we run a store ourselves. We run an actual store for, like, the students and the staff. And, we sell, like, half-gallon things of tea. Of iced tea. Like, no joke. No joke. And my principal has such a problem with it that he was like, you're not supposed to be carrying those around. I want you guys to drink them from when you're at the career center to lunch. And I was just, how's someone gonna drink a half-gallon of tea in that amount of time? Sure, 2 hours plus like a 30-minute, well, actually it's 20-minute lunch, I think. But it's just, you know what that does? They would need to go to the bathroom super bad. And no one ain't really that thirsty that often. I'll say that. I swear my phone's gonna fall because it's just holding up by an inch. And, I don't know if it was him that had a problem or someone else that had a problem, but it was so stupid. I feel like it's kind of stupid because it's tea. What's it gonna do to you? Bite ya? Is it gonna bite you? He's gonna pinch you? Like, it's tea. And basically every time he catches around you, he's like, hey, and then he says your name, please don't carry that around or something. I don't care. And recently, he doesn't want students to carry blankets with them from class to class. See, and I don't know if it was him that had a problem, but I think it was someone else. I think it was one of, it's always, I swear, it's some of those senior girls that have a problem always. It's always the senior girls. Like, the senior blonde girls. They always have problems. Everything, I swear. They have such a problem with everything. I heard some walking. I don't know if that was my grandma or not. I think it was. I don't know if she was coming to my room or something, because, like, I can hear everything. It's kind of hard to determine. But it would be more echoey then again. And louder. But the reason is because, like, some of us career kids, we carry them so we can, take a nap or on the bus, because our bus ride is like 30 minutes long from our school to the career center. And in that time we take naps or something. And at the career center sometimes you can take naps if you do all your work, I guess. But in my shop, like, we just sit on a computer most of the day. Or just sit at a desk all day and do worksheets. Yeah, we get the fun shop. But he has such a problem with it, like, and it's like, no, not any of the normal students do it. It's mostly the career center students, because they're tired and we're tired. Like, we're at the school for like 8 hours a day, and some of us get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or earlier to get ready. So, plus, it really feels like school is kind of a job. And I'm not just saying this because I'm, complaining as a teenager. It actually kind of is like a job. I've heard about this. I heard about this from some other person who was an adult, but it does seem like a job. I know what a job is, even though I never had one. Stupid. I should have a job. Basically, YouTube is my job. But it's like you get up at a certain time. You have to get up at like really early times. You're always there for 8 hours. And basically, school was actually created to teach you to be a good employee. I know my history. If you don't believe me, look it up. It really was made for that. So teach you to be a obedient worker and stuff. And but I love the fact that now in my school they let us have breakfast from when we get there to 10. I don't eat food there. I don't eat the food there, really. The only food I trust there is their pizza, okay? Listen, they make okay pizza. They're like from, those generic frozen pizzas from like stores? That's basically what the pizzas they have. I'm guessing because it literally looks like them. But they cook it all right. It's okay. The dough sometimes, one time it was a little too soft, okay? I'll admit that. And but it's just the fact sometimes they make it they cook it way too much. It's too hard sometimes. You know, the crust is way too hard. Crust is always so hard. I swear. Like, you gotta have teeth of steel to get through that stuff. And I have pretty strong teeth. But I don't eat the breakfast there. I don't barely trust any other food. Anyways, like, pizza is the only thing I eat, and I just hate eating the lunchroom because another thing to deal with people thinking, one person thinking I have an ED is because I hate eating in front of people. It just makes me sick. Like, I just can't do it anymore. Recently, just like, I haven't been able to eat at family dinners, and they make me generally sick. One, because just the way people mix their food sometimes. I like my food separated, because I don't want to touch nothing. Like, I know it goes all in one place. Yes, I know that. But I like it separated. I like it nice and neat. Separate. Okay? So, I can have one thing at a time, which my grandma actually hates. I don't like it. It's just, I also hate people staring at me when I eat. I don't know what it is. It just makes me sick. Like, and my dad had such a problem with it one time. I had to sit in the kitchen and eat at our island. And like, you haven't seen the size of my kitchen, but our island's movable. And that, the distance and like the height, it's at least, like, I think the one, like, I just had to eat in my living room because I couldn't do it. Like, I swear they should plan a thing where I can eat where I want. Like, can I not eat, like, somewhere else other than the stupid lunchroom where there's people? And I sit by myself, and there's this group of girls, like, right in front of me, and then there's this guy table right here of, like, most of the guys in my grade, and then there's this guy table of, like, other guys, and then there's this table behind me of just random people. And these girls, I swear they look at me. I swear they look at me and think I'm weird or something. I don't know, I get that intention. Just cause. I've just been kind of unmotivated lately too. Like, lately I've just felt so, like, I don't know if I would say depressed, but it's just more of a numb feeling. Like, I just don't know if I should really get up and do this stuff. It's just like, I want to lay in bed all day and sleep. Like, I have gym now and stuff. Like, for 2 days straight, I just ached in pain, like, horribly. And one of the places where it hurt the most was my butt, like, right, like, right here. You can't see where I am, like, showing, but, like, on my right side, on the side sort of part, but, like, it just hurts so bad. Like, I felt like I was being, like, performed surgery on. Like, everything in my body from, like, waist down was aching, and my arm right here in the back area just hurt really, because we were weightlifting, and which may sound pretty dumb, but, you know, you shouldn't ache when you're weightlifting unless you're someone who has never barely lifted a weight in their life. Me, I never working out a day in my life. I've never worked out in my life. Okay? I run, I do that, but I don't work out. Just solely because of the reason I don't want people looking at me. I don't want people judging me. And I don't like people. And at the same time, it's like, I really don't care almost. But it's just the fact that, like, building muscle would help me and would benefit me. It's just, I don't want to do that. I'm too tired. It was, I got noodle arms. See my noodle arms? They're not really much noodle arm anymore. Like, I used to have really noodle arms. And also, I'm, like, really pale. I think you can kind of see because of, well, the light's, like, white right now. But, like, generally, I'm very pale. I swear, like, one time, someone thought and I swear, some people used to call me a vampire or something. Because I'm sort of nocturnal a bit, obviously, and I'm very pale, and, like, when I get cut or something, sometimes I, like, lick my blood. Normal things. I was just aching, and today I had gym again. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the, I'm gonna go, like, they were doing, like, a game or something, like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the other room. And I stayed in the other room, and with a couple other people, and I just stayed in there the entire time. I was actually okay. Because the only thing that really was wrong with me is that my legs were low, because I was on a, like, little fan bike, or whatever, pedaling. And I hate it, because, like, my legs are so short, and my arms are so short. Hi! My legs so short, like this one little pedally thingy, it like leans back, and like your legs are outwards and you have to pedal, and I can barely reach them. I can barely reach the pedals, like, and stuff. And like the bikes, I can barely reach my feet either. Like, I like scoot off the seat every time. Like, And I have a new gym teacher now, which I'm lucky of. Even though she's iffy. But like, I swear, my last gym teacher, like, I was walking on the treadmill one time, and he just comes up to me, and he bumps up the thing a little bit, and he looks at me, he's like nods his head, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, okay, sure, I can run, but not very well. Listen, I'm a cross-country runner. I still don't run well. I'm the slowest runner on the team. and I'm gonna be a senior next year. I'm gonna be one of 2 seniors on the team next year, so. Hey, but the only reason I'm gonna stay in cross-country is because I want a little plaque. My coach's wife, she makes these little plaques, and she gives them to the seniors, for how many miles they have. I think they're pretty cool, and I want to have like something, you know, just be like proud of myself, because I already got sort of certificates from that place, and I also have like a 3rd place award from a 5K that I did in my town, and I was like 3rd place in my age group. That's something to be proud of too, I guess. And I've also won my science fair in my elementary school every time. Every time I won 1st place. Every time. Like a water cycle one time, I think. And I think I did Isaac Newton's 3 laws. Like, I don't know, I just like doing this. It was an interesting thing. You didn't have to do it. You did it because you wanted to. Trying to think of things. Watched this documentary about dams lately. It's called Damnation. If you want to watch it, it's on Tubi. It's free on there. You don't even have to create an account. And it's also on Amazon Prime. But it's like about dams and how they're bad for the environment. And I'm like, I agree on an extent, like, I do agree that there's some dams that harm the environment a lot. And this was like my science class, and I watched the whole thing in one day because it was only an hour and 30 minutes, and like, I was gonna miss the day that we were gonna start watching it. I was like, I don't want to miss it, and like, I'm trying to think of words. I watched it, and like, it made me actually kind of sad. Like, cause like it was so interesting and stuff. And the one lady, she was my favorite character. The one old lady, she was just my favorite character. She would just say the funniest things and stuff. She was my favorite character. And like, I don't know, I wasn't there for my substitute. Substitute was the lady I don't like. And like, this documentary has some swearing in it and stuff. And like, it swore a couple times, and she was like, "What did that say? Your teacher should be fired." I was like, what? We're juniors. We say a lot worse things than that. Not me, certainly. I don't swear. Okay? I don't swear. Listen, I prevent myself from swearing. Okay? Once I'm an adult, I'm okay with swearing. Just to an extent, I believe that dams are bad. I feel like there should be a few because they are good for green electricity, like for hydropower, for that stuff. I feel it should be a few. But like right now we have like 90,000. I'm like, oh my goodness! Like, and like during the documentary there was only like 72,000. What the heck? And since then, there have been some dam removals, but like, man, seriously. And like, we do have a couple dams around here. Like, we have our famous dam that everyone knows. But like, the only reason we have the dam is because it helps stop flooding, which I think is good to have that dam. It really doesn't harm anything in our environment. Because, like, that's the thing. You need to think about, like, if the dam harms the environment at all, or poses a threat to anything, or helps in any way. And I think the one time, like, in the dam area, like, where the water goes through, my dad and my brother and sister and, like, one of our dogs, like, went out, and we just went down and up through it. I was like, why are we doing this? I don't know why we're doing it. I think, and also, it was like, it was 14 degrees today. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's freezing. Like, I didn't even notice that. I thought it was like 20. Oh, and yeah, here's a 2-liter bottle of lemonade. I keep this in my fridge. Don't worry, I'm okay with drinking around people. That's different. But I believe to an extent. I believe to an extent that they're bad. I'm trying to think. I finished my novel in English. It's called Their Eyes Were Watching God. It's not what you think it is about, actually. And it's actually really interesting, though. And, like, I was talking to my grandma. I told my grandma the whole story about it. And she hates every single one of the characters for reasons. Because the main character, like, she was just like, she's so naive and stupid. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, the first husband that she had, this book was like in the 1800s, like early 1900s, so things were different back then. And like this man was like 50 when they married, and she was like 17, 16 years old. And my grandma did not like him. Her second husband, just straight up wanted her to sit still and do nothing. And my grandma did not like him at all. And then her third husband, her third and final one, was so much younger than her, because she was like 50, like in her 40s when they met, and he was like in his early mid-20s. She was just like, and like the bad thing that she did, because he gambled her money and stole it from her, and my grandma was just like, I'll kill the B word, I will shoot him. And I was like, oh, okay. I wish I could have recorded like her reaction and stuff. It was funny. My phone's dying. It's like 20%. But I thought it was pretty funny. I wish I would have recorded her reaction and stuff to the story. It was hilarious, and I was just walking around for like 20 minutes telling her the whole thing that I could remember. It was hilarious. But there's a movie that we're gonna watch too about it. And what is really interesting is the book's based on the author's supposed affair with a college student. I was like, okay, not gonna talk about that. But like, they also speak in like Southern slang, so I understand it from where I'm from. Like, some people speak in Western Southern slang-ish. We do speak some, I know that. I think it kind of depends though too, or what area you're in around here. Okay. I'm trying to think of things. I mean, I finished 2 videos this week, and I need to finish. I've been bringing back my original series just because the only reason I couldn't do it is because I just had no more ideas. Like, I couldn't think of anything, and it just went silent for 2 years. And I was just like, I basically gotta get up. And then I was like, you know what? What if William was dying? I don't know, just like, I like to make everything worse just because, I don't know why I did that. It's probably because, sad stuff makes me feel better, actually, in somewhat of a sense. Like, it's sort of like, it's like therapy to me, in a sense. Like, what if this was happening to him? Like, what if he wasn't fully immortal himself? Like, what if he was like half more say? Because my backstory on him is that he was experimented on and stuff. His father used to do that and like created a youth serum that like held back how much you aged by like, and it held your growth back by 5 years. So you wouldn't age for 5 years, which was basically how he pretty much like stayed young for so long. Like when he met Aoi and Garrett, like he like looked like a kid, yes, but he was 19. Same with Aoi, like looked like 7 years old, but he was 12. But Garrett was still 7 years old. Well, I think. No, wait, they thought Aoi was 6 years old at the time. See, I'm messing up my backstories too. I'm messing up my backstory, and I'm the one who's making it up. But, like, you know, they didn't think of anything like that. But, like, to a point when he started to grow, actually, and stuff, like, he did take, like, some serum with him, for a fact. He did do that. To inject some when it started wearing off a lot, and, like, he started having pains. He had to have that when, or he'd actually die. This is so much lore drop, but, like, this is a big lore drop and stuff. But, like, he had to take some with him. But, like, the fact is, like, when he started growing older and stuff, like, when he was in high school, because he didn't go to school until, like, until, like, older age. He couldn't go to school because he was dealing with all the crap at home and stuff. And he was only put into school, like, I would say, like, in double digits. Like, early double digits. But then again, he only looked like, he was, like, you know, 8 years old. He looked so much younger. So, he got put in, like, a younger grade. So, like, he looked a lot younger, so he got put in the grade he was actually in. In a different grade he wasn't in. So, that's generally why he was in the grade he was when he was in high school with Aoi and Garrett for, like, those few, like, those couple of months that he was with them. And when he was there, he was only, like, late, mid-20s, at least. I know that for a fact. And by the time, Aoi was 21. And graduated at 22. Because, then again, Aoi looked very young. Aoi didn't start school till a little older age. So, Aoi started in the same grade that Garrett did. And everyone thought he was younger because he wasn't generally put into, like, STEM, because you know how the government has all your medical records and stuff. Well, he generally wasn't put into the system until, like, got put in school, I think. Is how I would think. So they thought he was a year younger because that's how he was put into them. Because that's what they wanted him to think that way. And, like, and just now, like, during the series, like, he's starting, like, after a few years, like, sometime, the serum's all gone. So, like, gonna do? Like, he's just gonna have to live it out. Like, he knows he's probably dying every day, every hour, every minute, every second he's awake, he's dying. But it doesn't take into effect until, like, 3 years into when they get back together. Like, he starts having aches, starts having little pains, and until now, it's gotten worse to the point where he has a literal heart attack, which it's normal completely around in your 30s, I'm pretty sure. And I even looked up symptoms for heart attacks. Which is pretty funny because which is pretty interesting because my grandpa actually has heart problems. And like, my grandma's side and my grandpa's side have heart problems. So that's good for me. But it's only taken into effect recently. and the fact that he has no serum, and he's lied almost about everything. Think about that, everything to Aoi and Garrett, like his, his past life, like he lied that he didn't know them, like he also basically erased their memories, erased everything that they knew about him and stuff. So like they had no memory of him at all. And how he did that is because of Glitch Trap, because Glitch Trap is a whole entire different person in my universe. And he can basically do pretty much anything. He can erase memories from the human mind, or sort of alter them, which is what kind of he did. He kind of removed William out of the thing, sort of, and Mike, because Michael, they did find Michael eventually and reunited, sort of, for a little while, but if you watch the video, like, you understand that he got tracked down because Michael has a skin condition that makes him rot a little, which they thought when he was born was a birth defect, which I haven't come to an explanation about that. It's not really story time right now. It's more so lore drop about some things that I'm explaining about, like, the recent episodes I've made and like stuff. But that like, the thing is that he lied his entire way through just to live his life. Like, he also altered Michael's mind too. Think about that. No, he's not bad. William's not bad in my universe. He isn't. He's not. He's more so like, I've come to a point where he has bipolar disorder, so he has some troubling issues with controlling his emotions and feelings, and expressing them. Glitch Trap isn't really evil either. He was more evil back then, but just to the fact that when he and William had a relationship, like, he sort of fell out of that phase of, like, wanting to kill and basically controlling William's body, because that's what he did, actually, which is basic old tale, but because that was the only way, because Glitch Trap is, like, binded to William himself, pretty much. So that was the only way he could, like, do anything. Which William was really upset about, I would say. That Glitch Trap would take a hold of his body and kill people, more specifically children, with it. And stuff. They're not bad, more so. I do have a mental illness video on my characters of what their mental illnesses are. All my characters have at least one or two. Just because I like to put my feelings into characters and make them sad. But just the fact that he's also lied that they didn't know each other through high school. They didn't have a kid, and he also altered Clara's mind too. Mind that, because Michael and Chris aren't their kids. They didn't have kids together. They didn't do anything either. And I get that feeling that, like, people hate it when I put mature themes in. I just have to make it when it's more realistic, has a realistic fat. See, I don't make it realistic. I just make it too realistic to an extent. I have extent. But Aoi is Aoi. Well, Michael. His parents are all three of them. Which is William, Darren, and Aoi. That's their kid. Aoi is trans, so obviously Aoi is kind of a mother, because they do call Aoi mom, which he's entirely actually comfortable with. He's just not comfortable pronoun-wise, so pronoun-wise he hates anything like that. But mom, like being called mom, he's entirely comfortable with in a way. Cause like it's his kids, like what's he gonna do about that? And Chris, I have a video on that. I have a video on who Chris's parents are. One of them's William. I will say that. But also Elizabeth, by the way, like I don't know why, I just love to put like abandoning parents or bad people in my AU who just completely just have kids with other people and leave them, or just have kids with other people for the spite of it. And you know what? I will get to the one day. I swear I'm gonna have an understanding of why. I do have an understanding of why James did the things he did to Aoi. I do. I can explain it in one video. I would do it. I would do it. I can actually. But Elizabeth, her father, same situation that happened with Aoi in college when he went to college to get a degree in psychology and stuff. Same thing pretty much happened to him, except withholding him and stuff. Besides that, in her being in college, she was in high school. Think about that. And generally the way they met is they met in high school, obviously, and William, and she was a junior. They were still juniors at the time, I think, and stuff. And they generally met over that, like, you know, they would put together in a group and just sort of met that way. You know, but the fact is, William did actually love with her, just to an extent. William is bi, but he fell in love with her to an extent. They obviously didn't have kids, but they also did get married. They did get married, and that is fact. But the divorce, for reasons. I'm trying to think. But Elizabeth fully looks like Clara, and I show that because that's their canon look. Like some of the characters, they have their kind of canon-ish look, sort of. Like Elizabeth and Claire have their original canon looks mostly, but others not so much. And it doesn't show that her father is someone else. Her father is just unknown, blatantly just unknown. Really. And I think it really, Clara would have liked it to stay that way, but just the fact that Elizabeth has always known William as her dad, pretty much, as her dad, because he raised her. And he's a good dad, may I mind that. In canon, he's not really a good dad, but right in my alternate universe, he's a very good dad. Just has a hard time expressing things to his kids, I think. Like, she's just so used to, I don't even know if it's gotten to a point that Claire has told her even yet, but like, I would love to see that in the storyline sometime for me, if I decide to do that one day. See that, like, where Claire tells her, but I feel like Elizabeth would still accept William as her dad, though, because she's used to that. And a lot of people were saying, aren't Lizzie and Fuka, like, stepsisters? No, they're actually not, because, Fuka is and James's kid, by the way. May I mind that? They're their only kid, by the way, for obvious reasons. And Elizabeth is Clara's kid and some rando guy. So they're not related in any way, actually. In any way, shape, or form. So it's perfectly fine that they're dating. And also, it's like, to a fact, like, they're kids, and I'm like, so, like, if they have a platonic form, well, yes, they're dating, but, like, not in a sense that they're doing anything. Like, it's fine to me, personally. And plus, they're, like, 7, 8 now, and Chris is, like, 6? No, wait. Elizabeth's 9 now. Fuka's 8. And Chris is 7. And see, the thing is with Michael, too, is that right now, technically, he would be 10 or 11 years old. And I'm just, like, trying to explain the fact why he looks older than he should. And I think a reason would explain it is that he's just aged up a bit. I think that's how I would put it. I need to explain that in a way. I can't explain that in a way at this moment. I don't know. And I feel like I don't get a lot of comments on the age gap between Allie and William and Garrett, but it's just peachy. No, because Allie and William's age gap, they're 8 years between each other. Allie and Garrett, they have 4 years. They have 4 years, which is perfectly okay. But Garrett and William's age gap is 11 years. 11 years. Put that into perspective, like, but, like, it's just, like, I wanted to make it as, like, making sense as possible. I didn't want to make him, like, too young, nor too old, so I feel like in his 30s, because, like, he's 36 now. He's turning 36. He's 35 right now. Is what I think. I would have to check, personally. Like, I don't even have birthdays for them. But well, obviously, Hour's birthday is my birthday, because, like, it's kind of, Hour's character is sort of based off of me, a little bit, but, like, it's just, like, age gap-wise. Age gap is just peachy. And the fact that, also, Aoi actually has no siblings that are biologically, and some would argue about Fuka, because James is Aoi's dad, or mom, either one you would want to call, but Aoi calls him dad. and is also Fuka's dad, and most would argue that isn't Fuka's isn't Fuka wouldn't Fuka be siblings without him? Like, maybe. I think maybe. I personally don't know. I don't know the rules of Sweet Home Alabama, okay? I don't know the rules, okay? So don't ask me. I don't know the rules. About that. And I love the feeling of representation of SA in my fandom. Like, I do feel that, like, gender-wise, like, men, like, do get a lot of less recognition for, like, mental health and SA and a lot of that stuff. So, like, just to have, I think, characters that have that sort of thing that did happen to them at a point in their life, I think would relate, would expose that out there. Because out of my characters, well, and not all of them had experienced some sort of abuse in their life, and pretty much all of them are members of the community, and have had traumatic events, or lost both parents, or something like that. And I think it's great to have something like that out of recognition for, like, that doesn't mean because you're a girl or you're a guy, doesn't mean that it can happen. It can happen at any age. Anything can happen at any age. Like, man, like, my whole, like, mood went down when I turned 11. Like, some other people, their mood go down, like, at 6 years old. Like, it can happen at any time. Like, you know, you never know. It's interesting, to say the least. And my channel is coming up on 3 years, and it's so interesting. And now it's been like 3 years since COVID, so, you know, my channel is gonna be as old as COVID. So happy 3rd birthday to COVID. Happy 3rd birthday to COVID, you know, happy 3rd birthday to COVID, or quarantine, because 3rd birthday of quarantine's coming up in March. I don't know, you would have to ask that yourself. And my 3rd birthday of this channel is coming up in June or July, I think. I know it's like the 19th on a day. I think it's the 19th or something. I can't remember right now. I'm a little dum-dum. I don't know. I'm just ranting on about the characters for the past couple of minutes. I don't know. And I've also been bringing back the On Crack, sorta. I've been bringing back that. I bring back that after a couple of months. You know, I had to take some break off of that stuff for obvious reasons. And gosh, I think my hair's a little. It's not floofy, huh? I think my hair being floofy. But then again, I don't like blow dryers. trying to think of stuff to talk about, like, so hard. Like, I just heard, like, stuff about testing for another thing, because I need to get some sort of way to graduate. And I also have to get community service hours and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do all this stupid crap? Like, I just want to graduate. Like, is that so hard? And like, why can't we just do like core class wise? My grandma will, like, in high school wise, like, my grandma can't remember anything. Like the last time someone was graduating from high school was my was listening to was having someone graduate from high school with my dad, and it's changed in the last couple of years because we have Keystones here in PA, and now we have a new pathway thing that we have now. I'm just like, can't we go back to core class like things, because like at least we should at least pass 3 of our core classes to graduate, I think. Man, some core classes are hard. Like, not everyone's gonna pass math. Not everyone's good at math, okay? Core class wise, like, I think it would be a lot better. And plus, I have to get a job next year, which is great, and I have to get my permit. And then my license. Yip-de-doo. Great for me. And then I have college and stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And just, like, I would hope one day, like, I doubt I'm gonna get super famous. I doubt, kind of, like, I kind of doubt it at the same time. Like, I think I'd be moderately well-known. Like, I swear, like, some of the YouTubers that I know, they're, like, hardly famous. Like, they have a lot of people. They have a lot of subs and stuff, but, like, they don't have, like, a lot of, like, fandom followers and stuff. Like, I've been trying to find react videos of, like this OCS, this person, like, I've been doing that, and, like, this one YouTuber, like, I couldn't find a lot of edits or anything. Like, I only could find, like, up to 30, and I was like, what? Man, you deserve a lot more than that. Like, you one of my favorite and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna get moderately, and I also, like, I would love to have a meetup one day. Just would be so cool. Because it's like that thing that all kind of moderately big YouTubers do, that they do to meet their fans and stuff. And I'm like, that'd be cool and interesting to, like, meet some new people. Meet people that would want to meet me in person and not see me in this dark, decrepit bedroom. Or stuff like that. I feel like that would be pretty cool to do someday. Or like an on-tour thing, which would be pretty hard, because I feel like a meet and greet sort of thing would be easier, and then build myself up. Like, I don't know, because there's like those people who can't even like go to meet and greets because, you know, they live too far away. Their parents don't want to take them or anything. Like, that really sucks for them. Like, I feel that so much. Because, like, oh, well, there goes my phone. I'm trying to hold it up, but, like, I have my cord on it, so I'll just hold it in my hand. But, like, I have a lot of people that, well, my family doesn't like sort of you doesn't follow YouTube really that much, so like I don't really talk about it that often. I'm just like, I'm not just like, hey, can I go meet this person or something. I swear the only person that I watch that my family would be okay with is Lauren Zside. That's the only person, because she doesn't curse that often, and she's cool. Like, she's pretty cool. She's like kid friendly, sort of, around my age. Sort of kid friendly, like, you know, double digit range stuff. And I think that she would be the only person that my grandma and like my family would be okay with me watching and stuff, or go see. I feel like generally, I don't know any other than that. I think it's mostly because of swearing and stuff, and like age range wise of what they think, stuff like that. I'd love to do that one day. That'd be so cool. And it's also the problem, like, that they don't have the money or something for that. Like, I get that a lot of people like charge like it for so much money for such a little thing, because of raising prices nowadays. I feel like that you should put it at a moderately like decent price, that it be affordable for for people that want to do it, but you know, also have that some sort of value, because you'll want to make profit. And funny enough, I'm learning about profit and stuff. I don't know. Somewhat learning about profit. Business stuff. I don't know. Every now and then. And photoshopping stuff. And other things. I don't know. Couple things every now and then. Yeah, that's just for my career center stuff. And like, man, like the other day, like my butt was hurting so bad because of aching because of my gym class, because like I have like a heating pad right in front of me. I had to put it under me and just like sleep with it on because I just, every time I got up it hurt so bad and I just wanted to sit the whole day and lay down the whole day. That was also a reason why I was like so like unmotivated to do anything too, I think. Jeez, I need to breathe more. I don't know. And I feel like my family is so surprised because I've actually started learning how to cook a little bit, which I should have by now. But the only thing I can cook is ramen. So on my way there. I could cook eggs and I could cook ramen. That's about it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I could cook it very well, actually. Very, very well. I'm actually not really afraid of doing it as much as anymore. Really. I'm getting used to it somewhat. But it's more so that I like to have an adult around, because sometimes I need an adult. Sometimes. Oh, look, one of my videos uploaded. There you go, guys. One of my videos uploaded. I think it's the reaction video that I did, that I put a sneak peek on. I knew that was gonna take a while because it's like the biggest reaction video I've done in a while, and it's also an If Part 2 one. So after this live stream is done, go watch it. Or if you want to leave now, you can go watch it. It's like 20 minutes long. It's like 20 minutes and 46 seconds, I think. Because it adds like 1 second when it's posted on YouTube, I swear. It's like so confusing. It's so frustrating. At the same time, you go drink water. I have lemonade. I have a 2-liter bottle of lemonade, people. Yummy. I also have Minute Maid blue raspberry lemonade. It's actually pretty good. It's not bad or anything. I also, I think I ate all my fudge. I got fudge from this place, and it's like, and it has like 2 types of chocolate, and it's so freaking good. I also have Yorks in there. I have like mini Yorks in there in my fridge, and I have some. I have a Sunkiss in there. I know that one because my brother wanted to think it was okay to steal from my fridge when specifically I got a fridge because I wanted food in there. And I have like some Gatorades in there, maybe 3. And I think it's funny because like I was like joking to my grandma. I was like, "Hey grandma, maybe you should get a microwave for me next year. I already have a coffee maker and a fridge." And a TV, and like I have like 2 speakers and a pair of 2 pairs of headphones and an Apple Watch and a phone and a laptop, and I have so much stuff. Like some of the stuff I don't even need. Like when I move out, I'm gonna have to like sort through some stuff, and get rid of some of it. I hate to get rid of stuff because I'm a sort of sentimental like person who likes to keep all the things. That's why I'm doing like a scrapbook, so I can have a little scrapbook where I can look through of like all the stuff I have, like when I was 8 or something. And like what is really funny is when I was looking through stuff, I found a disciplinary report, and I know this is just this is funny to me because I remember this. When I was 7 years old, okay, 7-year-old me, I did not look like this, by the way. I actually looked more girly, more girly-ish. Me, 7 years old, I took, apparently knowingly. I don't know how I did knowingly. One time I did unknowingly. It said I took it 2 times. One knowingly, one unknowingly. And I took a toy gun to school. I found the whole report on it. And it was talking about how I couldn't understand the fact that it was wrong to bring a toy gun to school. And I liked it because it made a clacking sound. Okay, I think I was a little psychopathic at 7 years old. Cause that was the time also when I fell from my attic when I was 7. I took a toy gun to school. I took a toy gun to school. And I got in trouble for it. And I think I did get suspended for... I got suspended for a couple of days. Maybe. And like, I think the only thing they kind of dismissed it a little bit is because I had learning problems. Because I had speech and language issues because I didn't understand correctly why it was wrong. And, like, I openly put out the fact that my dad owns a bunch of guns. Because I don't know why. Because he was probably because the fact that he's a retired police officer too. I read the whole report. And I was 7. I was 7. And the one time unknowingly, I remember, because my brother, my youngest brother, slipped it into my bag when I used to do basketball, and it had clothes in it. And all the kids thought it was real. And I was like, it's not real, it's fake. And one of my teachers told them about it, and like, I don't know. I think I also like missed recess too because of it, and I was like really upset. I can't remember if I had an in-school suspension or if I had out-of-school suspension. I can't remember. It's hard for me to remember. It was a while ago, so I can't remember that well. But it was an interesting time, I'll say that. It was pretty interesting, I will say that. I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about, or I'm probably just gonna end this here, because it's been going on for a while. I'm still surprised at the fact that I did a whole sleep stream. Like, I put myself through that. And I actually did sleep pretty well. And I had my mic off. I had my camera on, obviously, but I had my mic off because I didn't want to do anything in my sleep that was embarrassing or anything. Like, I would have just been moving around and stuff. But I already said that. And there was no lights or anything, so you couldn't see anything. It was just plain darkness for a few hours. Like, you could go watch it and just see the fact that it's all darkness. Like, I haven't uploaded stuff. It just darkness. So yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I remember the Truth or Dare. I remember that. I remember that. That was fun. Oh, and I know people have actually started noticing my mustache. It's actually noticeable now, which is like surprising because actually I've had it since 9th grade. I think I've had a mustache, actually. Happy birthday to you. I've had it like since 9th grade, and now it's just noticeable. It's now noticeable, because my hair, I think it's just like blonde, like really blonde, but now it's turning brownish. And my grandma's like, maybe you should get rid of that. I'm like, what's it gonna do to me? Bite me? Listen, the thing I really care about is like my eyebrows. Like, oh my gosh, they grow back so fast. I had them done like the time I got my hair done. Like, when I got my hair done and cut, like I had my eyebrows done and stuff, and now they're growing back again, and like I need to go get them done again, and I need to get my hair done again because it's growing back, and I need to off because it's growing back here. You can't really see. I swear, I wish I could grow like this one guy has these long flowy locks, like almost to like pretty much shoulder wise, these long flowy locks, and I was like, why can't I have that and just not be called feminine? But like at the same time, like I want my short hair, and I always like having like this over my forehead because like I know people think I have a big forehead, but not bigger than a couple other people that I know. It was just like, I want that so bad. so horribly, and like I actually have like enough money to buy a binder and stuff, like, but it's just like the fact that it's so discreet nowadays. I have to buy it online. I don't have a bank account or anything. I'm 16 years old. I have like a $50 bill, and I haven't found any place that carries them yet. But I'm looking because I want to have one in my senior year, hopefully. And I know it's gonna be a problem because I'm gonna have to hide it, and I'm only allowed to wear it for 7 hours. I'm only allowed to wear it for 7 hours. I know that. I know my safety, and I would have to get measured and stuff, which is great. Yip-de-doo. Because the only thing that's helping me right now is oversized shirts and hoodies and stuff. That's the only thing. That's the other thing. And it's just also I'm getting uncomfortable with sweatpants, and it's just like that's so weird because like I used to wear sweatpants all the time, and now I'm getting so uncomfortable with them because I'm so used to also wearing jeans now. Because I want to get into jeans more because I found out tips that you should start wearing clothes that most guys wear really. And I found out a lot of guys just wear jeans mostly, obviously, around our areas, and boots. Jeans and boots. And some wear plaid shirts, I know that. Or like button shirts. I know that for a fact. And I also need to get a better belt because mine's basic. And I need to go through my clothes and like pick out some that I don't want anymore. I barely have any closet space. Like, I'm just hanging it on like little thingies. It's also like I have a section for each thing. Like I have a section for my hoodies and like fancy wear and costumes, and then I have my shirts, and then I have my pants. And some of this stuff I don't even wear. So I don't know. It's because sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, but this shirt is so comfy. Like I have this shirt from my career center, and I picked the second largest size, which is extra large, and I just love it. It's so comfy. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna end it here because I'm just tired. I just want to lay down and go to bed and stuff. But I do have things for my socials. Like I do want to do a thing for my socials in case you guys want to contact me any further than YouTube, which I don't know about that. But I do have Minecraft account. I do have a Roblox account, which I don't use very often. And I did one time make a Twitter account for one reason, but I don't use it at all. And then I have a TikTok account, but I don't know about that. I have some stuff. But I think I'm gonna end it here because I'm tired. And I want to go to night-night. I want to go night-night. So you guys have a great night. Happy birthday to the one person who said it's my birthday. Have a great night. I hope you guys had a good day today. I didn't check when I came in on the stream, but hope you guys had a good day. I didn't have a good day yesterday, so and today was okay, I guess. It was decent. But I see you with the next stream, I guess. And it's probably gonna be this way again. Bye.